Hello, my name is Mark Willis and I'm the Kansas City Keto Cook. I've been bringing these recipes to you to share some of the foods we've discovered on our keto journey that make living a keto lifestyle so much easier. When we're eating delicious foods that we look forward to eating, it doesn't feel like a diet. It feels like we're getting to cheat on stuff. And today's a big one. I found this recipe a couple weeks ago and we tried it out. And it is amazing. I've been looking for this flavor for a very long time. Today we're going to make keto batter fried fish. I know. I couldn't believe it either when I found it. But it's keto. There's only about 3 net carbs per serving. It's got good fish in it for you, which is always a good thing. It's got protein in the batter. Can't wait to show this to you. And I'm going to post a link down below to the recipe, so you can go follow it. Now I do have my batter here. This is the batter we made. And I had to go ahead and make it ahead of time. I'll tell you why. Tell you what's in it here. It's got almond flour, about 2/3 of a cup. It's got protein powder. I'm just using the collagen protein powder. Unflavored, you don't want vanilla fish. Unflavored protein powder. I used about 1/4 cup of protein powder in it. Had 2 teaspoons of baking powder. I had about 1/2 teaspoon to 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt. Had 2 eggs in it. I'm sorry, 3 eggs. There were 3 eggs in it. And then a little bit of carbonated water. This is bubbly, sparkling water. You could use a club soda if you had it. They're looking for something that's got carbonation in it, but no flavorings. The bubbly doesn't have any sugar, any sweeteners, none of that. It's just a carbonated lime tasting water. It's a very light lime. So I used this in it, and they want that chilled. And there's about 2/3 of a cup of that in here. We mix that all together, and then it's got to sit for 10 minutes. So I went ahead and made that up ahead of time so that we could skip that part. So what we have here is we've got our tilapia. Now this batter fried fish recipe works best for a white fish. We have tried it with pollock. I didn't like it as much. The pollock was a lot thinner and it just got too tough as we fried it. So this tilapia is nice because it is about 1/2 inch at its thickest part. And that's a really nice size. I've gone ahead and cut these in half and we're going to salt them now. Just a little sprinkle of salt over the top of them. Remember, when you're eating keto, don't be afraid of salt. You've cut out all that salt from all that processed food over the years. You're going to need salt. So we're going to add our pieces here. I've got 4 pieces I'm going to throw in. And these are probably end up being about 3-ounce pieces when you cut them in half like this. We're going to get them coated down here in the batter. Get them turned over, make sure it's on all the sides. There we go. All right, and I've got my oil. I'm using an avocado oil in my skillet. And I've got it, it's a little more than 1/2 inch thick, just barely. I didn't want to completely cover them. If you have a deep fat fryer, you could use that instead. I do have one, but I really prefer to use the stovetop if I can. So we're going to take these, we're going to let the excess batter drip off. We're just going to drop those in the hot oil. And as we do, we're going to set a timer for about 3.5 minutes. I've got my timer ready to go there. Now, while that's doing that, now, let me find a place to put this here. We are going to make tartar sauce. I've got all my ingredients ready here. Now, our tartar sauce is going to start with our very first recipe together. That mayonnaise recipe that I made, and you thought, who uses mayonnaise that much? We use mayonnaise all the time. It brings great fat. I make this at home. So this is homemade. This is just a couple days old here. I had it in the fridge. This is about a little more than a cup of mayonnaise. And to that, we're going to add some stuff. Now, we need to add dill pickles. So I buy baby kosher dill pickles at Aldi's, the grocery store, and then I grind them up in my food processor. They don't have any sugar, any carbs in them. You got to watch. Sometimes they'll hide carbs in your pickles. You might not know that. But here I've got some of the pickles. And this recipe came from a cookbook that I have called Well Fed. It's for a Whole30 diet. We've been using this cookbook for a couple years. And it is fantastic. That is 4 tablespoons of dill pickle. It's a little bit more than it calls for, but we like a little bit more. This is going to be 6 teaspoons of parsley. This is 6 teaspoons of dried chives. Then I've got a tablespoon of lemon juice. And a tablespoon of pickle juice from those baby kosher dills. When I was getting ready to grind them, I saved back the pickle juice. And this is the secret ingredient in tartar sauce. You want to know what makes tartar sauce taste like tartar sauce? Believe it or not, it's pickle juice. This makes all the difference. The Well Fed cookbook, like I said, we've used it for several years. My family's been trying to eat healthier and do a Whole30 diet, a Whole30 lifestyle. One of my dogs is getting caught around the camera right now, if you see the camera moving. He's walking around and knocking on it. So we're going to mix this up, and look at that. And it is absolutely delicious. This is the perfect thing for this fried fish. So we're going to spoon some of that up here. All right, we're going to put that on our plate and see where our timer is. We've got 47 seconds left, but our tartar sauce is made and we are ready to eat. And I can't wait to show you this. We're going to flip these here in a moment. Oh, I'm getting caught on my handles here. There we go. Where's my timer at? We have 22 seconds. And just take a look. I'm going to focus you down here. Just take a look at these frying up. They are just frying up beautifully. They really are. And you can see sitting behind them here, this is the first batch that I made to test my temperatures and my batter thickness, make sure it was all good. But this is a fantastic recipe. If you want to feel like, thank you very much. There we go. All right, we're going to flip our fish now. And what's really great about this recipe, something that I haven't had for years, because my family's been gluten-free for about 10 years now, is the crispies that form. You can see here around the pieces, these crisp pieces are going to come off there. And it's just like those crispy fish pieces we used to get at Long John Silver's. All right. He's still wanting to come in here. He's knocking on that camera again. We're going to back it up here. I'm going to set my timer now for just 3 minutes. And here's what we're going to end up with. And I'm just going to show this to you. This is the finished product. Look at all those crispies on there. It is absolutely delicious. And let me show you. We're going to put this on our plate. Let me grab a fork. Oh, nice and crisp. And look at this. Nice and flaky on the inside. Oh, it's amazing. Look at those crispies. So good. So I hope you'll give this recipe a try. Really easy. Brings that nice batter flavored fish recipe. That battered fried fish taste that you're looking for. It's so good. I hope you'll give this recipe a try. Tell me below what you think of it. Like I said, we use tilapia for it. You can use pollock. You can use any white fish. Orange roughy would be really good. You'll need to adjust your frying times based on thickness of the fish. You want to make sure it's not going too long because you'll make that fish dry and tough. But these came out just perfect. So I'm going to sit down to lunch, have me some batter fried fish and tartar sauce. I made up some keto rolls earlier this morning. I might even make me a fillet of fish keto sandwich. So we're going to have a good time with that. I hope you'll give this a try. Comment down below. Give us a thumbs up and subscribe. We'd love to hear comments of some of the recipes you're trying. Maybe we could give them a try in the future. Until next time, good eating.